Secret Invasion showcases the true extent of the MCU's Skrulls' powers, but some Marvel characters are simply more challenging to portray than others. Welcome to Nerds Insights, your daily channel for nerd news, and that's why it's crucial for you to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. That way, whenever new news comes out, I can notify you on your phone, and you'll be one of the first to know everything. The Skrulls in Secret Invasion are incredibly powerful shapeshifters, but some Marvel characters, like Iron Man, are more difficult to portray than others. Introduced in Captain Marvel and revealed to be taking over Earth in Secret Invasion, the Skrulls' greatest weapon is their ability to modify their bodies to personify any character they see. However, this ability comes with certain obstacles, especially when it comes to representing superheroes. The Skrulls have been searching for a home since they escaped from the Kree. However, they've decided to remain discreet and gradually invade Earth without being noticed, even after the Avengers gained fame and were absent for 5 years. At some point before the events of Secret Invasion, a Skrull replaced Rhodey Rhodes, also known as War Machine. However, it seems that the shape-shifting aliens never attempted to personify any other Avenger, let alone a high-profile one like Iron Man. This might be partly because the Skrulls can't imitate what makes Tony Stark so famous. The Skrulls can mimic all the physical characteristics of the people they copy, including their voice, height, and DNA. Thanks to their highly advanced technology, they can also transform their clothes along with their bodies. To copy their target's recent memories, the Skrulls require physical contact, and to go a step further, they use fracking capsules to steal the entire identity of humans. However, the Skrulls can only transform their bodies to a certain extent and cannot develop superpowers or special equipment on their own without an upgrade from the Super Skrull. Therefore, transforming into Tony Stark would be easy, but replicating an Iron Man suit would be impossible. Since the Skrulls in the MCU seem to have the same capabilities and weaknesses as their comic counterparts, they could copy the costumes of Spider-Man and Ant-Man but wouldn't be able to replicate Spider-Man's web shooters or Ant-Man's helmet and Pym particles. They could also create a very basic version of the Iron Man suit, but it probably wouldn't look as sleek and solid and would lack the lights, moving parts, and special materials that make it a genuine armor instead of a Halloween costume. Even the superpowered Super Skrulls in the MCU wouldn't be able to achieve it as their special enhancements come from stolen DNA, not technology. Tony Stark's Iron Man technology would be useful during the Secret Invasion, not just because the Skrulls are no match for Iron Man, but also because it would be easier for Stark to identify Skrulls than for Nick Fury. Reed Richards developed Skrull detection technology in the comics, so it would only be a matter of time before Iron Man has his own Skrull detector integrated into his MCU armors. Without a Skrull detector, Iron Man's lasers could slice a small piece of a suspect's body and revert it to its original form, a detection technique revealed by Sonya Falsworth's torture methods in Episode 2 of Secret Invasion. The real problem for Tony Stark would arise if the Skrulls managed to infiltrate his close allies and gain access to their DNA. In Iron Man 3, Tony Stark told Rhodey that only Stark himself can pilot his Iron Man armors. However, since the Skrulls can mimic their targets down to the cellular level, they would likely be able to steal an Iron Man suit and easily impersonate Stark. Unfortunately, the MCU may never present a battle between Iron Man and the Skrulls, but on the bright side, the Skrulls probably wouldn't dare to defile Tony Stark by impersonating him, since everyone on Earth would know it's an imposter. Are you hyped for the MCU Secret Invasion ending? Tell me what you expect from this new villain. Gravik, if you like the actor, tell me everything, and take advantage of the fact that you're already scrolling down to comment and leave your like too to help this video do well on YouTube, and subscribe to the channel to stay on top of everything that's going on in the MCU and in the nerd world. Take care my friend, and see you next time. Secret Invasion Showcase.